Happy Thursday. Boy, it seems like days and weeks are clicking along pretty quick now. I don't know if it's just how old I am or what, but I wanted to kind of give you guys some thoughts on maybe perspective. We all think about the things that we have to accomplish. We think about the goals that we want to accomplish. We think about where we're supposed to be at a certain place in life and how that's supposed to add up to something somehow. And sometimes too often we get distracted. We think that we're not achieving something or we're not getting things done. We want massive change. We want big things to happen. We want that huge promotion. We want the corner office. We want all these different things that maybe we're not being realistic about how quickly those things happen. I know that a lot of times in my life, I want to go from here to here, zero to done, faster than it really takes to get it to be accomplished. And a lot of times I find myself impatient with the process. And then once I arrive at the destination, I realize that the whole journey was what I was supposed to be looking forward to. I've recently experienced this lately with my children as they've grown up. And, my youngest son graduated this year, and that was a pretty big milestone. And I know that for most of my life now, I have been looking forward to getting my kids raised and getting them all out of the house and off to college and on their various career paths and headed certain directions. And now that I'm here, I realize that actually the journey in getting here was the point. Getting from being a father of toddlers to a father of middle schoolers to a father of high schoolers was the journey, was the thing that I was looking for. And so often we get confused and we lose sight of where we're supposed to go. So I want you guys to think about where you're at right now. I want you to think about where you thought you would be. And I want you to think about what you're doing to change that, either adjust the projection, either you're not getting there fast enough, you're not getting there at all, you're not doing what you need to do, you're not doing what you know it takes. Because, if you look at the time, Warren Buffett is a huge fan of time being the one that fixes all of his investments. Time is the one that makes him his money, not picking the right stock every single time, but having the right combination for the duration of time. And I know that so often in our lives, we think that we are going to arrive somewhere by a certain time. By the time I'm 40, I will be this. By the time I'm 50, I will be this. By the time I'm this many, I will be this far. And yet, that's not really what it's about. It's about enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey, enjoying how you're getting there, not just the fact that you are or aren't. And so I want to invite you guys to reevaluate your thought process on your journey. I want you to reevaluate what it takes to do small things that amount to large things. I'll give you another example. I'm 47 years old. If I had started when I was first out of the house at 18, and I had bought a house and I had moved every 2 years, I had moved into a new house. I had kept the old house. I had turned it into a rental. I had figured out a way to buy another house 2 years later with however I wanted to do it. But there are definitely options to do it. There are things that I could have done. I would have in my lifetime seemingly been a genius, because in the 27 years, 28 years I've been out of the house, I would have created 14 rentals for myself, supposedly becoming an overnight success, but never really having done much more than done one thing every 2 years. And so I think it really depends, my friends. If you're looking to do massive things quickly, it's not always a great thing. You're not always going to get the kind of results that you are looking for. You're not going to get the traction that you're hoping for. You're not going to see the results that you're wanting. because a lot of times we are impatient as people, but what we realize is that at the end of the day, it wasn't massive action for a moment in time. It was massive thought, constant action for the duration of time, because that is what would have made the whole thing successful, was just the constant application of steady pressure, much like the waves of the beach on sand, on the rocks, and the erosion that happens naturally, because it's a constant thing that rivers do for thousands and thousands of years. So guys, don't get out there and think that you're going to change the world overnight. Don't get out there and think that you're going to change everything in your neighborhood today. You're going to completely remodel your house in a weekend. But get out there and do consistent things that bring you joy, that bring you closer to your goals, that bring you closer to the reality of what you're looking for, and continue. Be constant in that application of pressure, and you will see results. So guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy your 4th of July. Be sure and say hello to your friends and family. Enjoy this time and realize it's the journey and it's the constant application of steady pressure that'll get you where you want to go. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.